Hello everyone. Let's dive straight into fairness in AI. The formal definition of fairness in AI is the principle that AI systems should treat all people equally and avoid reflecting or amplifying existing societal biases. In plain everyday English, it is making sure your AI isn't playing favorites. Imagine you are a teacher in a classroom. If you only give gold stars to students who sit in the front row, that's not fair to the kids in the back, right? AI can accidentally do the same thing. Imagine you build an intelligent app for a local housing loan company. If the AI was trained on old data that mostly showed men getting loans, it might start rejecting women just because they are women. Stay with me here because the AI doesn't know it's being mean. It's just following a pattern it saw in the past. You've probably seen this at the office where "that's how we've always done it" leads to unfair results. Responsible AI means breaking those bad patterns. Let's break this down together. We are building equal opportunity into our code. So now that we have mastered the idea that fairness is about removing favorites, you might be wondering how we make sure the AI explains why it made a certain choice. Well, that brings us right into our next step, which is transparency and explainability. This brings us to transparency. The technical documentation defines transparency as the requirement that AI systems should be understandable, providing clear explanations for their decisions, and being open about when and how AI is being used. To speak naturally, it is showing the math. You should never have an AI that says no without a reason. Imagine a dummy example. You are using an AI to sort through job applications. If the AI rejects a candidate, it shouldn't just be a black hole. It should be able to say, "I flagged this person because they don't have the required 3 years of experience in Java." You've probably noticed at the office how frustrating it is when a computer says error but won't tell you what you did wrong. Transparency is the cure for that frustration. Let's break this down together. We are making sure our AI is a clear window, not a brick wall. So now that we've mastered how to make our AI explain itself, you might be wondering how we keep those explanations and the data behind them safe from hackers and prying eyes. Well, that brings us right into our next step, which is privacy and security. Now we need to talk about privacy and security. The formal definition says that AI systems must comply with privacy laws and provide data protection by ensuring that personal information is not misused, exposed, or used to train public models without consent. In simple everyday English, it's respecting the secret. If you tell a secret to a friend, you expect them not to tell the whole world. AI Builder and Azure OpenAI work in a secure vault. Think of a dummy example. You are building an app for a doctor's office. Patients are uploading photos of their prescriptions. You must ensure that the AI reads the photo but doesn't keep it in a way that others can see. Stay with me here because your customers only trust you if they know their data is safe. You have probably seen this when you use a website and it asks for your consent to use cookies. That is the very beginning of the privacy journey. Let's break this down together. We are protecting the trust our users put in us. So now that we've mastered how to lock the vault and keep secrets safe, you might be wondering who is actually in charge if the AI makes a mistake despite all our safety rules. Well, that brings us right into our next step, which is accountability. This brings us to accountability. The technical documentation defines accountability as the principle that the people who design and deploy AI systems must be responsible for how their systems operate and for any consequences that arise from those systems. In plain language, it is the buck stops with you. The AI is the assistant, but you are the boss. You can't just blame the robot if something goes wrong. Imagine a dummy example. You use an AI to write customer refund emails. If the AI accidentally promises a customer $1 million, you can't just say the AI did it. You are the one who didn't set the constraints correctly. You've probably noticed at the office how every big project has a project lead who takes the credit or the heat. For AI apps, that lead is you. Let's break this down together. We are the guardians of our intelligent tools. So now that we've mastered the idea that we are responsible for our AI's behavior, you might be wondering how we make sure our apps work for everyone, including people who might be blind or have trouble using a mouse. Well, that brings us right into our next step, which is inclusiveness. Let's dive into inclusiveness. The formal definition describes inclusiveness as the design of AI systems that empower and engage everyone, regardless of physical ability, gender, sexual orientation, or ethnicity, by ensuring accessibility and usability for all. To put it very simply, it is no one gets left behind. If your intelligent app only works if you have perfect eyesight, you are leaving out millions of people. Imagine a dummy example. You are building an order portal for a grocery store. You make sure the AI has a voice mode so that someone who can't see the screen can still talk to the agent to buy their milk and eggs. Stay with me here because being inclusive isn't just nice. It's smart business because it opens your app to more people. You've probably noticed at the office how some buildings have ramps and others only have stairs. We want our apps to have digital ramps. Let's break this down together. We are building for the whole world. So now that we've mastered how to make our apps fair, clear, safe, and inclusive, you might be wondering how we prove to the government and the big bosses that we are following all these professional rules. Well, that brings us right into our next step, which is compliance standards and auditing. Finally, we reach compliance and reliability. This technical area focuses on following international standards like GDPR or ISO to ensure your AI is robust, safe, and operates consistently under different conditions. In our relaxed classroom tone, it simply means the official stamp of approval. It's like getting a safety certificate for a car. You want to be able to show your clients, look, our AI follows the highest global rules for safety and reliability. As a trainer with over 25 years of experience, I've seen that companies that ignore these rules eventually get in big trouble. Imagine a dummy example. You are a bank. You have a compliance officer whose whole job is to make sure you are following the law. Your AI app needs to pass their test before it goes live. Let's break this down together. As builders, we are the architects of integrity. We've looked at the fairness of the classroom, showing the math, respecting the secret vault, being the boss of the robot, building digital ramps, and finally getting the official stamp of approval. We've mastered responsible AI principles. You now know how to build apps that aren't just smart, but are also good for the world. Well, that brings us right into our next chapter.